Oh, it's Friday. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just loving it. The usual suspects are out there, jumping them down, screeching, hollering. Yay, we're so right. I just watched the clip somebody made me the other day. He goes, watch, just sit back. You've got all these so-called experts who've been saying for years that Doctor Who is dead, and it's done. Matter of fact, as I said in one clip, a certain Irishman who kept saying Jodie was leaving the first year she was there, Jodie was leaving the second year she was there, and then Jodie was leaving the third. And then finally, when they did leave, oh, look, I'm Nostradamus. I am the grand high seer of all television. And it's like, well, technically the show isn't over, but they do have some problems to solve over the next year. Someone brought up a great point to me, and I brought this up yesterday. Who's going to worldwide distribute and release this show? Now there's rumors going around there was another streamer who was looking at Doctor Who, and I'm like, guys, I was saying that back when the Disney deal went in. Even if Disney backs out, there could be other interested parties. It depends on who that is, because, do you really want, HBO or anything like that in charge of the show? Because if they get any creative control whatsoever, it's going to be oh, goodness, great. Like I said, it would be the approach I would take. Let's just go full Game of Thrones on this thing. You know? We'll have booty ass, butt naked people running around. But remember, it's not porn, it's HBO. That's one of my favorite comedy ads. If you ever get a chance, look that one up. It was a great parody they did. I can't remember who did that. What channel it was. It was called It's Not Porn, it's HBO. It was a funny ass little. Well, as far as I know, the distribution deal apparently is going to end after war between the land and the sea. So I think what it is the BBC is going to air it in December, and then I guess it's going to be streamed and distributed and a little bit later, and then after that, they're on their own. Now the big question is: Bad Wolf and all that going to hang around if RTD is leaving? Because people have already pretty much projected that after well, like I said, it's airing in the BBC and all that this winter and this December, and then I guess the rest is going to be distributed via I think Disney Plus. Yeah, go double check that for me because I'm like, it's Friday. I don't even care. It's like I'm half asleep, which is weird because I actually slept pretty good. But and then later on, and then it's going to air and just stream, and then after that, that's it. That's the end of the deal. But after Disney Plus goes, how's this show going to get distributed worldwide? Who's going to stream it, for the worldwide audience? Or where's it going to air worldwide? That's the big question. Because, okay, hang on a second. My brain locked up. One of the things they're jumping on and on about is low ratings. And I'm like, guys, I was sitting there the other day watching this documentary and all that. And then they were talking, for a little bit, they were talking about Deadliest Catch. One of the biggest damn, reality TV shows on the market. You know what the average audience was for Deadliest Catch over the last, decade? And it's considered to still be a huge hit? 3 million. Yet these people are claiming 3 or 4 million people watching it in one city on one night is a failure. That was worldwide. But the thing is when Disney buys into something, for one, you know it's not going to last forever. Two, as you know, I've said it 100 times, and I'm going to say it again for you, the voodoo. You know, if like one or two you have never seen me before, Disney does this shit all the time. They'll dabble in something and then they'll piss it away. Doesn't matter if it's a hit or not. They'll just say. I don't know. I tried getting into Alien Earth, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap? I'm going to have to revisit it again. Yeah, I finally saw The Long Walk. We enjoyed that immensely. I thought they did a pretty good job adapting it. And of course, they threw in a few surprises because all those people who read the books are going, I know what's going to end. No, you don't. And the thing is MAGA politics, that's the thing that don't make any sense. Because if anything, the show was like twice as, well, what they would call woke, and more towards the left than it had ever been, if you want to go down that road. So that's what I don't get. How could it be MAGA politics when they were, they were promoting trans ideology out the yin-yang? Let me see what else. You had entire characters that were put on the show that, with disabilities and whatnot. It's like, how's that MAGA politics? Or diversity hires. There were so many quote-unquote diversity hires. I love how if anybody other than a white person gets a job, it's now a diversity hire. It Welcome to Dairy's been pretty good so far. The first episode was pretty good. I'm going to watch the second one later today. Yeah, I don't even get what the problem is with It Welcome to Dairy. They were bitching about it. I'm like, it's ruined. It's completely destroyed everything. I'm like, wow, after one episode, you've already made that snap judgment. Because from what I saw, it's actually holding pretty true to the, whole formula. From what I've seen, there was nothing ruined or bad about it. All it is, they're going back to the previous times, or previous time Pennywise appeared. Because he appeared over multiple years. Now, as much as I don't like prequels, I really don't in general, this is actually doing pretty well so far with one episode. So you can't just throw it on the bonfire and say, oh, it's all screwed. For Halloween, oh God, I'm going to hate myself for saying this, but I'd have to say Blink. Blink's a good Halloween episode. Well, State of Decay was good for vampires, yeah. If you want mummies, you've got sorry a minute. Pyramids of Mars. Well, Prime, I think, would snap it up in a heartbeat. But Prime's going to want creative control more than likely. And it depends on how willing they are to go, okay, we'll let you do this, this, and this. And okay, yeah, Vampires of Venice. That's another good one. Oh, God. No, not that, no. I'm sorry. I'm still having that nightmare image of Perry being, sitting there unconscious or whatever, secured to a column and a giant, well, it looks like a giant pecker, including foreskin, coming at her. Oh, God. Whoever designed the Morlocks was a sick person. Oh, yeah, Empty Child, Dr. Dances. There's a couple good ones. Here's one that just popped into my head. Image of the Fendel. That would make a good Halloween one. Or let's really jump into it. Talons of Wing Chiang has a good spooky feel to it. If you want to go back to classic era. Or maybe if you want to jump forward a bit, maybe Snake Dance. Oh, Brain of Morbius. There we go. Yeah. A good take on the Frankenstein theme. Yeah. That's very, very true, Trekopedia. Yeah, they got to wait for the deal to run out. Oh, yeah, Midnight. And The Will was a pretty good sequel. I got to say that. Oh, the Daemons. Yeah, that one just popped into my head as it came up on the screen. Yeah, the Daemons. That's a very good Halloween episode. Somebody was reading my mind there. That's not a good place to be. Okay, up. Nobody wants to be trapped within the deepest catacombs of the planet Baldus. Okay, Paradise Towers. Okay, yeah, it's got scary critters in the pool and the robot that I laughed at more than I was afraid of. But or let's throw one at you, Terminus. Love it. No, Love and Monsters. Oh, that's like a bad comedy gag reel. I'm sorry. Oh, great! My brain actually blanked on a Capaldi title. Um, that's kind of bad. The one with the wood creatures and Capaldi. It's going to hit me in a minute when I least expect it. Bill Potts. It's one I haven't watched in a while. Knock Knock. Yeah, thank you. That one wouldn't make a bad Halloween episode. Kind of a haunted house feel kind of going, and then mouths made out of wood. Thank you so much. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a minute to get the hard drive going. But there's quite a few Doctor Who episodes that would make a good Halloween style type thing. The Unquiet Dead. Come to think of it, that one just popped into my head. Enlightenment, good for cosplay. Yeah. Planet of the Spiders, if you're into arachnophobia. Tooth and Claw, that's another good one, yeah. Hang on, there was one that's Planet of Evil. Seeds of Doom, you read my mind. That one I always get the two titles mixed up. There was Seeds of Death and Seeds of Doom. Oh, well. A lot of great episodes there you can think of if you want to watch for Halloween. I just looked at the clock. I just hit the time. So happy anniversary to the wife who I know is watching out there going, how come you ain't mentioned our anniversary yet? And we'll see you all hopefully again tomorrow. Well, actually, no, that's right. Tomorrow's Saturday. So we'll see you all on Monday. Enjoy your Halloween. Have a safe Halloween. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Take care. Enjoy your weekends, everybody.